Welcome to Crown Chat with Nichelle. I'm your host, Nichelle Miller. If you're new with us, welcome. We're so excited to have you here. If you're returning, welcome back. As you know, here we meet amazing women that are impacting the world through pageantry, and tonight is no exception as I bring in another amazing guest. I can't wait to let you guys meet her, so I'm going to bring her in the room right now. Welcome, Queen. How are you?
I'm so good. Thank you for so much for having me, Nichelle. I'm
Thank
excited to
you
be
for
here.
reaching out. I'm excited to have you. Tell us who you are. I'm so excited.
My name is Bianca Xoyamayagua-Galván. I am the current World Imperial Beauty Mrs. I was crowned July 2024 at our World Pageant that was held in Orlando, Florida, and I'm from Austin, Texas.
Oh, wow. Okay. Wonderful. Love Orlando. Great weather. So tell us how you got to where you are now. Was that your first pageant? Have you been doing pageants forever? Tell us a little about your journey.
So I've been doing pageants for about 6 years now. I actually started in 2018, so not too long ago. I joined pageantry actually because my oldest daughter, who's now 23, she did two pageants and she was Miss Juneteenth Central Texas. And I just had such an incredible experience with her. I was like, are there pageants for Mrs.? I've got to look into this. And I decided to do a pageant. And as they say, the rest is history. I've done a pageant pretty much one every year since then because you get that pageant bug, and I love it. And I haven't looked back since.
That's amazing. I love it. And what does your daughter think of her mom being this amazing beauty queen now?
Yeah, she likes it. She's actually not doing pageants anymore as much as I try to convince her because I was like, wouldn't it be amazing for us to do a mother-daughter one? But luckily, I have a younger daughter. She's 11 and she's done pageants as well. And we're very much a pageantry family. My husband, my son, they're all supportive. We all go together to the pageants. They help me and they've come to appearances. So it's a lot of fun.
That's wonderful. It makes such a difference when it's a family affair. And I love that you started because of your daughter, because that's how I started. So
Oh,
that is such a
I love
neat
that.
thing to have in common. Yeah. So as far as your pageant journey, I mean, yours is short like mine. We're kind of newbies. So what is something you've learned about yourself throughout this journey?
So repeat the question one more time.
Sure. What's something you've learned about yourself while competing in pageants?
Yeah, so I think what I've learned is this is and it's something that I find is like an extension of the things that I'm already passionate about in life. So that's what I really love about pageantry is one, of course, the glitz and the glam. I'm a girl that wears dresses and heels every day. So this felt supernatural to me to step into pageantry for that reason, but also because pageantry is really women who care about their communities. They want to make a bigger impact in the world, and they're able to do that through pageantry. And so I've always been very service minded. I've been volunteering since I was in middle school. It's something that I love. And actually, as a result of pageantry, I really grew from just being a volunteer to being an advocate for youth mentoring, which is something that I've always been very passionate about. So I love what pageantry has done as far as my personal growth. And I think it's so incredible. And that's why I really encourage women to get involved in pageantry, even if it's something that just seems totally out of your realm or something that you would, think about doing.
Sure, sure. Now, every system has their own thing and their own areas of competition. So, what were the areas that you competed in to acquire your new title?
Yes, so World Imperial's Beauties, we're an international scholarship pageant. It's actually a 501c3, and our mission is the Hope Foundation, which stands for helping our people everywhere. So that really resonated with me, that it was so involved about community service. I could really further my platform. And our required competitions are evening gown, fun fashion, interview, and community service as well. And then we also have like 10 optionals, um, casual wear, cultural wear. The cultural wear was phenomenal. We have international delegates from all over the world, and the cultural fashion was absolutely my favorite. But we have top model, spokesmodel, so there's lots of choices. And then we also have award scholarships. So I actually won a $500 scholarship for an essay that I wrote on should community service be mandatory or voluntary. And so we have incredible opportunities for women to get scholarships, to do optional competitions, whether it be glamour that you like doing or you're more casual and fun and want to express yourself. World Imperial Beauties is really about being yourself, having fun, and there's so many opportunities to do that.
That's fantastic. So you mentioned the areas of competition and that one is community service. Now, with that, do you get to promote your own community service platform or is it a group initiative or a little bit of both?
Yes, so it's a little bit of both. So all of our queens have their own platforms. Mine is Mentoring Matters. I've been a youth mentor for the past 25 years, and I've been an advocate for about the last 10. So I'm able to promote Mentoring Matters globally, but I'm also able to participate in our Hope Foundation. And so one of the big things that we do each year is a mission trip. And all of the queens, and then anyone, alumni from the pageant, or just anybody from the public that wants to join, can join this mission trip. So this year, we're actually going to Jamaica and we're going to build a house from the ground up for a family in need. So our queens also fundraise throughout the year, and all of that money is used to purchase the supplies for that mission trip.
That's phenomenal. I love that. I mean, pageantry is fun, right? And I mean, there's a purpose because we grow in interview and public speaking and all of that. But when you're making an impact, you're providing housing for someone through pageantry as well as your own platform. That's just phenomenal to me that, one group of a small group can have such an impact. So, what would you say to someone that's like, oh, I'm not a pageant girl, that's not for me, but I want to try it? What would your advice be to them?
I always say the exact same thing. I'm like, if it's even a inkling in your mind that you're like, oh, I'm kind of intrigued, I'm interested, do it.
Mm.
Because I don't think I've ever met anybody that has entered a pageant and is like, comes out and it's like, I hated that experience. I don't know anybody like that. Everybody I talk to is like, I entered the pageant, I loved it, and now they do pageants all the time, because it's the sisterhood. You meet so many incredible women. You get to have this amazing getaway, where you're pampering yourself, you're doing photo shoots, and you're just having fun. And it's like a girls' trip. So that's another benefit. You're able to promote the causes that you're passionate about. You're able to create collaborative opportunities. I have created a group called Queens Act, which is Queens of Austin Central Texas, to provide networking opportunities for women in pageantry and public service. So you're just able to really just grow and learn. You're more confident and meet amazing women. So I always just tell people, if you're even thinking about it, just do it. Don't, and somebody will help you. Like, pageant women are ready to jump in and be like, yes, I'll coach you on walking, or I'll help you in this journey. So you're not going to be alone.
Yeah, that's great advice. And I love your Queen's Act because you're uniting systems across your state, right? And I think so many women think that it's kind of almost like a gang war, like us versus them. And pageantry is not. It doesn't matter the system, right? That we're all united. So, what are some of the things that you've been able to do? I mean, with uniting other sister queens and systems.
Yes, so that's something that I love about pageantry. And I've always been about unity and working together, we're stronger. So I remember my very first pageant, I just reached out to some of the other queens and I was like, hey, let's get together. We're in the same area. What can we do to support each other? And so I always try to do that. So through Queens Act, we've been able to participate in community service projects. We go to brunch together. We support each other with our different programs. I'm actually organizing a fashion show right now, a mentoring mass fashion show fundraiser to benefit mentoring organizations. And it's going to feature mentors and mentees walking together on the runway and really highlighting those organizations. And I partnered with a sister queen that I met through pageantry, and she's working with me on this project. So it just really opens those collaborative doors. And through pageantry, I've also gone to Capitol Hill and advocated for legislation for youth mentoring. And so I just try to do as much as possible and connect with my sister queens.
That's amazing. So you and I have a lot in common. Where you're busy, you're a mom, you're a wife, you're a queen. How do you keep, I say it's a juggling act, right? We're always trying to keep all the balls in the air. So, how do you keep everything organized and stay sane on this journey?
My Outlook calendar. That's what I always tell her. I'm like, if it's not on my calendar, I'm going to forget about it because, like you said, we're juggling so much. So you open my calendar and it looks packed because I have my kids, sports activities. I have pageant appearances on there, my work appointments. I'm like, I don't separate my calendars because I'm like, how can you do that? Everything impacts everything. So I think it's just really choosing what is important to you, right? And so it's easy when you're in a title holder role to think, oh my gosh, I've got to do every possible appearance. I've got to be out there every single day. But that's not true, right? We're like you just said, we're wives, we're mothers, we have jobs, we're career women. So you're juggling a lot. So make your reign about what is important to you. And you were chosen as a title holder for a reason. And so just represent that in the way that you connect with and do the things that are important to you. And I think that's a beautiful reign. And then you'll be able to balance and not be burned out.
That's beautiful. I mean, you said the perfect thing. You said it's a choice. You choose what's important to you. So people
Mhm.
that, say, I don't have enough time or it's too much, you choose exactly what you said. I think that's
Exactly.
beautiful. And that you're intentional about your reign. So,
Yes.
love it. You're preaching
Yes.
to you're singing to my ears, sister. So, from all the things that you do, all the things you've done, what has been your favorite appearance so far, or what appearance are you most looking forward to?
So I just mentioned the Mentoring Matters fashion show fundraiser that I'm organizing right now. That's going to be on Saturday, April 5th. So coming up in about in a month and a half.
Okay.
I'm really looking forward to that because my background is in events. As I said, I've been mentoring for the past 25 years, and this is a really exciting way that I'm able to support mentoring organizations. 100% of the proceeds are going to be donated to mentoring organizations. And what I'm most excited about is my current mentee. She and I have been together since she was in third grade, and she's in 12th grade this year, and she's
Oh
graduating high
gosh.
school. And we're going to be actually walking the runway together. So that's what I'm most excited about is seeing her graduate, having this experience with her, and I'm hoping I don't like cry, as I'm like walking down the runway. But I'm just so proud of her and really thankful for the mentor mentee relationship that we've had, and that I've been able to be a part of her journey, and now it's going to kind of come full circle, and we're going to have this opportunity before we potentially close out our relationship. And
Wow, that's beautiful. I would cry. So
I
if you
know.
can do it without
I'm a
crying,
crier, so I'm like, oh my gosh, yes.
yeah, if you can do it without crying, kudos to you. But I would be just a hot mess. I love that. I love that. So, how can people follow along with your journey, get involved with what you're doing, donate, whatever? How can they follow you?
Yes. So I'm sure you'll tag me because my name is very long, but my Instagram handle is at Bianca Xoyamayagua-Galván.
Okay.
So if you type Bianca and X, it will probably pop up. There's not that many, Xoyamayaguas. And you can also follow me at World Imperial Miss, my title holder page as well. And I encourage you to follow our World Imperial Beauty page too. I want people to know what an incredible organization World Imperial Beauties is. We actually, when I was crowned, it was our 10th anniversary pageant. This year will be 11 years. And the director is amazing. As I said, it really focuses on community service. It's a place where you can be yourself. Everybody is welcome. We have title holders from all over the world. My sister queens are from South Africa, UK, Grand Cayman. Our prize package, we just went on a cruise, a Mediterranean cruise to France, Italy, Spain. So we have an incredible prize package too. So there's a lot of opportunities and a lot of, I just can't say enough good things about World Imperials Beauties. And I'm really blessed to be in this role, and follow all of our pages, learn more about us, and DM me if you have any questions. I'm happy to answer them.
That's amazing. That sounds like an incredible prize. I'm like, oh, a cruise. Ooh, I could do a cruise right now. So,
Yes, 8-day cruise. It was
oh my
amazing.
gosh. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so you won your. I mean, you competed and won your international, but from a local perspective, did you start at a state or a national pageant, or how do you get involved? I mean, we'll follow you, but how do people get involved initially?
Yes. So for World Imperials Beauties, we primarily you can get an at-large title. So we don't have in Texas, we didn't have a state title. So I got an at-large title. I was Mrs. Lone Star State, and then I competed at the international pageant. So we do have a few countries that do have pageants,
Okay.
like South Africa, Cayman Islands, but primarily a lot of our delegates come in as at-large title holders. So it's an awesome opportunity because you can have your at-large title, you can represent that leading up to the pageant, and then you have the opportunity to compete at the international pageant.
That's beautiful, phenomenal, love it. And then so
Yes.
many great women. About how many women were at your pageant in Florida, do you think?
Uh, I I don't know what the exact number is, but I would say I'm trying to think. We had 8 categories. We probably had at least 60, something like that, total, like with all of the categories.
Wow. That's a
Yes.
lot of
And
sister
something,
queens. That's amazing.
yes, yes, it was awesome and it was a great experience. And the pageant is going to be July 23rd to 27th in Orlando, Florida.
Wonderful. Okay, y'all heard it here. So if you want to get involved, I'm looking at your beautiful crown. I'm like, oh my goodness. And she's been
Oh,
on the
isn't it
cruise and
gorgeous?
she's
This
doing
is
these things. Stunning. That is stunning. Is it heavy?
Thank you.
I have to
Yes,
ask. Is it?
it is heavy, yes.
Okay.
I mean, like, pop a couple ibuprofen before, but it's so worth it. The crown is gorgeous. Like, it's
Yeah,
phenomenal.
it's
But this was the
gorgeous.
10th anniversary crown. It got a redesign, but it is the new
Ooh.
crown going forward. So that's
Okay.
exciting too. Yes.
That's beautiful. Oh my goodness. We're coming to the end of our show and I'm like, I have so many things I want to ask you. What would you say has been the greatest piece of advice that you've received that you would want to share with our viewers?
Related to pageantry
To pageantry, to
or just in
life, to
general?
anything. Yeah.
Okay. For me, I think the biggest advice is just being grateful, living life with gratitude. I'm a very optimistic person and I try to keep a positive attitude. I think that's so important in the times that we live in. We're faced with a lot of, negative information and a lot of things going on in the world. And I think keeping that positive attitude, just keeping thankful for the things you have, whether that be small or big, whatever it is, that really impacts your outlook on life. And just knowing that things are in your control and your attitude can affect that. And improve things. So that's so important for me is just being living life with gratitude and appreciation.
That's beautiful. That's it. I mean, I can't end our show on a better note. On a better note there. Any other things? I mean, I tried to ask you the things. Anything that you want to make sure that we know about or any advice you want to give before we hop off tonight?
Yes, I just want to encourage everyone to consider mentoring. As I said, I advocate for youth mentoring. Our youth are our future generation, and I've been mentoring since college. I love it. 1 hour a week at lunch, I mean, that's all it takes, right? And we all have a lunch break for the most part, I think it's such an impactful thing that you can do. And there's so many ways to get involved in mentoring, whether that be school-based mentoring or a program like Big Brothers Big Sisters, where you can go on outings with them on weekends or your free time. But mentoring is just so incredible. It has so many benefits, and there's so many kids that want to have mentors. We need more male mentors. I don't know how many males are watching this show about pageantry, but we need more male mentors. We need more bilingual mentors, and we just need more mentors in general. So I encourage everybody to think about it. I have a link on my Instagram profile to the National Mentoring website where you can just put in your zip code and find out mentoring opportunities near you.
Phenomenal, phenomenal. Queen Bianca, thank you for being on tonight. Thank you for connecting with me. Um, Such a blessing to everybody that watched tonight. Just your calmness and your spirit and positivity, like you said, and your gratitude is contagious. And I'm so grateful that you were on tonight. Everyone watching, I will tag Queen Bianca in the show notes so you'll be able to reach her and to get more information about her pageant, about mentoring, about everything that she's doing and following her journey. And we'll be watching you online and your journey to your next adventure. And I can't thank you enough. Everybody that tuned in tonight, thank you so much for being here. Watch our next episode and make sure you never let anybody dull your sparkle because they can't handle your shine. We'll see you next time on Crown Chat. Good night, everybody.